What is phenotype, and how do genetic variants cause it? Imagine looking at someone and seeing their height, a color, or even whether they have a certain health condition. These visible traits are called phenotypes. Phenotype refers to all the observable physical and biological features of a person. It can include things like hair color, blood type, or even how someone responds to certain medicines. These traits come from a mix of what's in your genes and the environment around you. Genes are small segments of DNA that carry instructions for building and running your body. Each gene can have different versions, called alleles. These different alleles are what we call genetic variants. Variants are like small changes in the DNA sequence that make each person unique. Some variants are common, while others are rare. These tiny differences can have big effects on how your body looks and functions. Genetic variants influence phenotype by changing how genes work. Some variants alter the protein that a gene makes, which can affect how that protein performs its job. For example, a variant in a gene that controls skin pigmentation might lead to lighter or darker skin. Other variants affect when, where, or how much a gene is turned on or off. This process is called gene regulation. If a gene involved in hair growth is more active because of a variant, it might produce thicker hair. Not all traits are determined by genes alone. The environment also plays a role. For example, a person might have a genetic makeup that makes them prone to tall height, but poor nutrition during childhood can limit growth. Conversely, sunlight exposure can influence skin color, even if your genes suggest a different shade. This interaction between genes and environment shapes the phenotype you see. In family genetic testing and hereditary health, understanding phenotype helps connect the dots between inherited genetic variants and traits or health risks. Testing can identify specific variants linked to conditions like cystic fibrosis or sickle cell anemia. Sometimes family members with the same genetic variant show different traits or symptoms because of environmental factors or other genes interacting. To sum up, phenotype is what you see or measure about a person's traits. Genetic variants cause these traits by changing how genes function or are expressed. But environment also influences the final outcome. Knowing this helps doctors and scientists predict health risks and understand how traits are passed down in families. It's a fascinating way to see how tiny differences in DNA can shape who we are.